Originally from New Jersey, moved from there when I was 12, and then we moved to California, and I've been in California for 18 years, and then we just moved to Erie a year and a half ago. My husband and I have been married for 7 years. We met through motorcycling. So my husband and I are part of this online motorcycle community called the Bay Area Riders Forum, or BARF for short. So it's a pretty small-knit community. I joined in 2008. He was a member there, I was a member there. It was kind of like, hey, we talk a lot online. I'm throwing this party in San Jose this weekend if you want to stop by. So I did. That was the first time we met, and then we kind of went on separate rides here and there. We would see each other throughout the years, and then it turned into, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Nothing. All right, let's go for a ride. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Nothing. All right, let's go have breakfast. And then there it went. My husband rides currently, he's got a crossover, what do they call it? Dual sport. So it rides on the dirt and on the street, and I have an SV 650. We haven't done a ton of riding since moving to Colorado. It's beautiful here. The roads are phenomenal. We've done a ride up to Nederland, so up through the mountains and then down through Boulder, which was gorgeous. But the weather can be kind of iffy here. Like, you never really know what you're gonna get. Like, you could get caught in a snowstorm or a rainstorm, or it could be like sunny here and then it's raining and then it's sunny again. So we haven't done a ton. We'd like to do some more. Definitely like exploring the rest of Colorado through motorcycle and be amazing. Lorenzo is 4 years old. He's 3.5. He'll be 4 in January. I guess older than 3.5. He had gotten a cut on his finger, and the way he showed me was like, look, mommy. And I was like, oh my God, that's a funny picture. So I went to grab my cell phone. I said, Lorenzo, which finger does hurt? Which one hurts? And he went like that. So boop, took a picture. Fitness I've always been pretty fit. Since I was little, I was always into sports. I was always playing soccer, basketball, softball. So it's always something that I've been kind of doing my whole life. I think after high school is where I've kind of done this like up and down as far as fitness goes. So it always seemed like I was getting fit for an event. So it was like, hey, we're gonna do this century ride in Solvang, so we gotta, get fit for that. Or we're getting married in October, so I have to get fit for that. And then as soon as that event was over, it was like, pff, done. So CrossFit, not surprising, has been one of those things that I was really intimidated by. I think like most people. So I tried to work out on my own. Like, I went to the community center a lot, and I just realized that I was enjoying weightlifting more than like the cardio stuff. And for me, like in my head is always like cardio, cardio, cardio. If you want to lose weight, so you got to do a ton of cardio. So I was like sort of seeing results, but not really. And I plateaued, and I was getting bored because I was like having to go in and do it myself, and then not going one day, then not going the next day. And then I was just like, ah, fuck this, I can't do it. So the CrossFit thing was a combination of somebody else mentioning like, hey, why don't you try CrossFit if you're liking the weight stuff more than the cardio stuff? And it wasn't like, hey, just come in and do a CrossFit class and then that's it. It was like, oh, they have a nutrition coach, and they have like this hydro fat testing thing. And they have all this other awesome stuff where I'm like, I'm the more bang for your buck. So if I'm gonna pay for something, I'd like multiple things, not just that one thing. This place is amazing. So the first time I came in, Jake was my intro to it. So we would do like all the assessments for all the different movements, which I was like, holy shit, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with it and I'll just see where it goes. And I think because of one, like always having the coaches there to kind of guide you through and never feeling like if I forget the moves or if I'm not sure, like they're always there to tell me, oh, spread your feet or put your hands wider. This is the movement, we're gonna go through it. And so it was easy to get comfortable really quickly. And the community was amazing. So all the people are super encouraging. I never once felt like I was too weak to do certain things. Like everybody just kind of off in their own thing like we're all doing the same movements, but she's gonna be stronger than I am and I'm gonna be better at this than she is. So I never once felt like I was intimidated after I got into it. So it's something that I love, and it's probably the longest fitness stint that I've ever had throughout my life. I think from the first time I started doing it to now has changed. So the first one I liked was deadlifting, and that was probably because I was amazed at the amount of weight that I could move that I didn't know. Because I was into, I wasn't moving any kind of weight before, and I was like, oh, this is pretty easy. Let's add a little more, or a little more. And I was like, holy shit, man, I can actually lift like a lot. I think the one that I enjoy the most actually is front squats. Probably because like I have really long legs, and I've always gotten compliments on my legs. Like, man, Kim, you got really long, like muscular legs. So that's something that I always like. I always felt like I had the most power in is my legs. So the one thing that I still am struggling to try and get to do, and it's always been a goal of mine, is to just do a pull-up. Just one pull-up. I've definitely gotten better. I was really, really close. I was coming in like a few minutes before the start of every class. I would get to the bar and I would just like try it. And the last time I was like right here and I couldn't get it. So the pull-up is the one thing, and I'm like, once I get to 1, then it's 5, then it's, weighted, and it's all that fun stuff. I'd like to do a muscle up too. So I think it was 260 pounds. Which the first time I ever did it, I only did like 145. So it was a huge jump. So I was super proud of it. I showed my husband the video and I was like, check it out. I'm like, look at all those plates, like of me deadlifting this thing. And he goes, the first thing he says is, well, I wonder how much I could deadlift. We're like oddly competitive. So now that he knows how much I can move, he's like, hey, can I come into your gym and like just try it? I'm like, probably not. Like, you might as well join. You might as well just come to CrossFit. So that's a funny story. And those type of things that I post online have gotten like the most engagement when people see me like moving these. I mean, they look, when I see these plates, when the first time coming in without ever knowing the weight, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. And it's like, one of them is 10 pounds. So it looks cool, but if you don't really know, it looks awesome. So those stuff, people are like, holy shit, Kim, like you guys are like, you're really going after it. I'm like, yeah, I might love it. So.